Hey folks. So, Venezuela is a socialist country, and Venezuela is having difficulties. So therefore, socialism doesn't work, right? The difficulties in Venezuela are caused by socialism. Venezuela is a socialist country. Ironclad logic, right? That's just the facts. You can't argue with it. That's just common sense. Well, it's false. Right? This is a narrative that people hear on television. This is a narrative people read and they repeat it as if they are experts. But there are roughly 1 million reasons that this is not an accurate assessment of the situation. I don't have time to go over all the reasons, so in this short video, I'm going to go over just a few reasons why the problems lately in Venezuela do not prove that socialism doesn't work. First of all, let's go over what happened throughout the 20th century. The beginning of the 20th century, Russia was an impoverished agrarian country. And as a result of implementing socialism and industrializing with Stalin's 5-year plans, Russia became fully electrified. Russia invented space travel. Russia defeated the Nazis. Russia wiped out illiteracy. Russia became a global industrial superpower with socialism. So if socialism just naturally leads to the standard of living going down, I guess the Soviet Union must not have been socialist because it raised living standards dramatically and no one can deny that. In 1949, China was a deeply impoverished country. Today, China is the second largest economy in the world, right? It has 5-year plans, it has government-controlled banks and industries, it is run by a communist party. They call their system socialism with Chinese characteristics. If socialism leads to countries just being poor, then China must not have happened because the entire history of the Communist Party's leadership in China has been nothing but the standard of living vastly increasing. During the Mao era, they built lots of infrastructure. During the Deng era, they utilized market reforms. Socialism has rapidly transformed China and made China a very strong country and raised living standards. But you can go even beyond that, right? Go throughout South and Central America. Look at some of the countries around there, right? Argentina. In 2015, the social democratic and populist president, Cristina Kirchner, forced out of office. And so what has happened in Argentina? It's wrecked the place. Their economy is destroyed, things are getting worse, their currency is wrecked. Argentina is a mess after the Macri government implemented free market capitalist reforms. Or you can go further than that. Brazil. 2016, the social democratic president, Dilma Rousseff, was forced out of office. And ever since then, what has the economy been like in Brazil? It's just gotten better, right? Oh, people are great. The free market is making Brazil, great. Absolutely not. The standard of living in Brazil, the economy, things are getting worse. It's not good, right? You can go to Honduras. 2009, Honduras had a socialist president, Manuel Zelaya. And that socialist president was forced out. The United States worked with the military of Honduras to topple the socialist president. And ever since then, Honduras has been a wreck. It has just been a disaster. In fact, a lot of these refugees that are fleeing on the U.S. border are coming from Honduras. There are whole parts of Honduras where people don't have running water and don't have electricity, where people don't even speak Spanish. They still speak the indigenous language. The country doesn't even have proper roads. That's what capitalism has accomplished in Honduras. Haiti has been capitalist for years. And as Haiti has transitioned and operated within the Western global financial system, it has been completely destroyed. It's not producing its own food. People eat dirt literally mixed with oil. That's the conditions that people in Haiti are living in. But no one says that Haiti's problems are because of capitalism. Nobody says Honduras's problems are because of capitalism. No one says that Argentina and Brazil's problems are all because of capitalism. But everything that has gone wrong in Venezuela is all because of socialism. That's what the TV would have you believe. But it gets better than that. Right? The problems in Venezuela started in 2014. Venezuela's economy is centered around oil. It's centered around a single commodity. And so in 2014, when there was a dramatic drop in the oil price, they began to have problems. But everyone admits, even the Wall Street Journal admits, that prior to 2014, there was substantial rates of growth in Venezuela. That Venezuela's economic problems didn't start in 1999 when Hugo Chavez was elected. Venezuela's economic problems didn't start in 2003 when they began moving toward 21st century socialism. Their problems started in 2014. So the majority of the time that Venezuela has had socialism, their economy has been growing and they haven't been having these problems. So the entire narrative doesn't make any sense. The idea that Venezuela's problems are caused by socialism is illogical. That is not factual. It just doesn't match with the economic realities. Capitalism is failing all across South and Central America. Socialism turned Russia and China into global superpowers. And socialism in Bolivia right now has created the highest rate of GDP growth. In 2018, what country in South America had the highest rate of GDP growth? Bolivia, where they're led by a Marxist government, led by Evo Morales. This entire narrative that socialism doesn't work, look at Venezuela, that narrative doesn't check out. It's not factual, so stop repeating it. Just because people say things on TV doesn't make it true.